So I was practicing baseball with my grandson the other day, pitching to him, and he got a really nice hit, but it went right into some rose bushes. And in the process of pitching the ball, I got poked by one of the thorns on those rose bushes. And it was like, ouch. And for some reason, it reminded me of a hunting trip in the high desert of Wyoming when I was driving out in a remote area, and some mule deer, muleys we called them, ran across the old dusty two-track road that I was driving on. And I stopped my vehicle and grabbed my rifle and went out running into the high desert after them. One thing I neglected to do, though, was change my shoes. I was wearing tennis shoes. And running out into the high desert of Wyoming where there's thorn bushes and cactus plants in tennis shoes, well, the locals would call that, well, stupid. And even though I harvested a really nice deer, I got some thorns from cactus plants and went through my tennis shoes right into my foot. So was it worth it? Well, yeah, it was a really nice deer. But it got me asking the question, why thorns? Genesis chapter 3 verse 18 speaks of the fall and the curse, and that there would be thistles and thorns in creation from then on. And they really remind us of our human condition. I mean, the good news is that Jesus fixed it all. He redeemed us. He took suffering and pain upon himself so that we could be forgiven and free. And for Jesus, part of that was having a crown of thorns driven into his head. Paul later mentions in 2 Corinthians 12 the thorn in the flesh. And he pleaded for God to take it away. And we don't know exactly what it was. Whatever it was, God said to him, "My grace is sufficient for you." Good words for us. I need God. I need his grace. And his grace is sufficient no matter how bad the pain gets, no matter what the pain is. Thorns help us to see our need for help. Thorns point out our need for Jesus. Thorns remind us of our condition. Thorns point us to God's grace, which we so desperately need. And his grace is enough. So are there any thorns irritating you today? May your awareness of the presence of Jesus and the grace that he brings be very real for you today. And may the grace of God be a source of hope.